in as well. Messi has been plenty impressive for me so far, but let's see if he can impress us here on Mirage. GamerLegion starting things off the old classic way. No utility whatsoever, and Endpoint, what's more classic than a B-Rush coming in with one player over to A to fake.
Early headshot from Crucial, but Messi able to punish at least for one and getting the information, the triple rush coming in, and as you said, Endpoint really only got one bomb site in mind at the moment, although they are very rapidly looking to make a change to those plans. Messi getting tagged down, a couple of missed shots as well from the USP of his teammate. Gives Endpoint an opportunity to start their rotation. Bomb's made its way out of the apartments, out towards top of middle. And Endpoint are going to look to start to rethink this attack, just slowly clearing their way in towards mid. Still got that one flashbang to work with, but otherwise very slim on utility. And look at the aggression from Adam, already getting the information that A-ramp is open, taking opportunities away from this T side.
Zero's positioning is going to be massive as well, though, because he realizes connectors all he has to be careful about. And as Flames has moved past into the bomb site itself, it seems like Endpoint might be avoiding him completely. Messi on the other side, I highlighted that he's been stepping up, and can he do it right here now? First contact's made. Surreal's trying to get a quick few pot shots in with that P250, but Crucial's got to be careful and has to go in soon because there's a flank coming in from behind, and that should be Adam to eliminate him. Adam finds him, but Crucial turning around and getting a fantastic kill will give them this A bomb site quickly. Completely empty. The retake is on and there is no kit.
This is going to be very awkward. Lacky utility as well. Two players all the way out on short. Still got to deal with Crucial in towards underpass as well. He's going to buy so much time for this rotation. He can even go for the backstab at this point because GamerLegion's still unable to clear him out. And look at Flames. He knows all he's got to do is stay hunkered down in towards Firebox. He knows there's more than likely no Molotov on that CT side. It's already a man up. They're just going to look to trade efficiently. Mighty Max will take the swing and actually misses a couple of shots. And things start to get a little bit interesting. If only there was a defuse kit. Messi with the second, but then that flank, oh so important from Crucial. He's dealt with, but time is up. And Surreal, well, he's just going to farm himself a couple of kills at the death, taking the tags of damage. He goes down to 15. May even go down with the bomb. Everybody dead on the server, but it's going to be Endpoint who take the first round of the game. And arguably a little bit lucky. They caught a couple of timings. That flick from Crucial over towards the B apartments really gave them the opening they needed, because otherwise it could have gone south very quickly.
And that flick was a big difference maker. If Crucial dies there, then Zero also have the opportunity to start moving back over towards the CT spawn a little bit more early. Maybe he could get a headshot in right there, and then the information that's denied, the ability to go up short that's denied would have been absolutely massive. Now, though, GamerLegion force buying up, and Endpoint is setting for a full A-side take. Again, they've gone for the very one-dimensional approach. One-dimensional, but, you know, more unidirectional, as Zero will be the first casualty to this bulldozer. But the full stack from the CTs has come in. Adam's been mollied out of position. He sees the player's water falling over. Robin takes him down quickly, and these CTs are falling apart.
Players left, still a couple of scouts to try and do some damage as well. The boost into CT is going to work out for Rusty. The totem pole will find at least one frag. Hero with a nice headshot for the second as well. He's just about managing to keep his team in it for the time being. Messi is desperate to unleash Rusty on that Mac 10, but the counter flashes are good. Switches to the Deagle and finds another, and now things get interesting. Now that MP9 damage comes in. Rusty with another. And Surreal, he's been on 35 HP since basically the start of the round, and now he's thrown into a 2v1 where that scouts an AWP. He's going to find the first, but not the second. Rusty with a quad kill from CT to find the force buy victory for GamerLegion. And we thought this game could be spicy, and it is looking that way exactly.
The funny thing is that if I tell you that, yeah, they start to retake in from CD spawn of the base of the boost, you're thinking the guy on top of the boost is the guy on top of the totem pole should be coming in. But Rusty's just playing anti-flash. When the flashbang comes in to blind out the scout, Rusty turns around, gets a quick headshot, and then triples it up right thereafter. And the last kill is easy as can be. Endpoint, in the meanwhile, have chosen to force buy up directly. Messi. Interesting little Molotov actually coming through. He's prioritizing for more of a closer range one, knowing that these Tech 9s are coming over. And Rusty's found the first yet again. Messi looking to see what he can find. Surreal with the Deagle dropping down, spotted out, but he's got the kill nonetheless. Mighty Max as well chimes in with a quick one, and it's a 3v3 with the bomb being down. Can Era come back into this bomb site with just a scout?
That hero AK could be important as well. CT's decent amount of util to try and make it happen, but they've still got to get out of kitchen, and the crossfire pretty well established at this point. Mighty Max even upgrading onto the D, because Adam on that SMG going to get some good damage. Zero able to convert for the first, and if they can deal with the AK that Zero does, it should be easy, and it is nice and clean. Adam with the last on the MP9, the M4 doing the majority of the legwork, but it's a nice retake. It's decently enough managed from GamerLegion, and they get past the force buy of Endpoint, even managing to nab themselves an AK-47 right at the death. So a relatively clean one from them, and an opportunity to start building up a little bit of cash, as we could potentially see with 2 bomb plants, maybe some upgraded pistols coming out from Endpoint.
Endpoint's just going to stick with some utility over here and say we'll buy up in the next round anyhow. 3-1, not a terrible scoreline to be starting things off with at the very least. But the question is, how much damage can they actually get done onto the CT side as economy is hurting, and make no mistake about it, a grenade goes down in mid, just softening them up for the kill. But it is Rusty who is once again going to be given opportunity to start farming away some of these frags. Players coming over him en masse, finds one, but Surreal and Crucial take both him down and another. Zero to fall alongside. Again, the bomb will be planted, and Era is in an awkward position, but it's good enough to get a quick kill. Crucial without the head armor is just too easy for that MP9.
Needed that as well. One of the M4s removed from the server. Flames has managed to upgrade himself to an AK-47, but again, 3-on-3 retake, still Mighty Max stuck on that Glock. It really is going to be down to Flames to get the bulk of the damage if they want to try and hold on to this bomb site, and that timing is awful. He's just rotated off CT, and Adam, straight through the box, finds the first. The second on the spray down. That's the Glock of Mighty Max going down, and well, what can you do when you're getting shot in the back of the head through a box as you're trying to escape? There really is nothing. It's unfortunate for Flames. It's beautiful for GamerLegion. Again, they lose a couple of picks. It looks a little awkward, but the retakes are looking crisp so far. 3-1 scoreline, and as you said, Endpoint, they are going to be able to buy into this one, and they are going to get the AWP out, but it's not going to be uncontested. In fact, it's going to be double trouble for GamerLegion. Era and Mezzi both picking up the big greens.
And with how well GamerLegion have been playing out their rotates, their defaults on the CT side, it's just very clear that Endpoint needs something of that extra sauce to come in, just a little bit extra star power. Maybe Crucial can start chiming in with a few. Rusty's scouted out the player over in Share. Will be tagging down Cyril just a bit, but again, this damage is not going to be entirely consequential unless the M4 just gets a headshot, then you feel happy about it. However, Endpoint have slowed things down considerably this time around. No real commitment to a bomb site singularly. However, it's also given Rusty so much space to actually come through all the way through apartments, and he can potentially catch off Mighty Max and crew who are coming over, but he's turned around. Flames will fall. It's still a 1-for-1, and it's all down to Mezzi on the AWP, who's also aggressively postured. Gets a shot, but not the kill.
Finds the tag at least, which slows things down. They're aware that utility is there for the CT side, and you can see that bomb just resetting immediately. Mezzi spotted it out. They're hoping the rotation has been called, but the setup is looking good so far for the CT side. Era jump spotting in towards CT spawn. Zero around that sandwich position, and already the rotations coming in from Adam to support as well. They've got Endpoint, one player lurking, hoping to catch rotations in through middle. There's going to be nothing of that, though, as the 3-man ramp take comes through. And they've got to clear out their angles here. Got to be careful with this one, because Zero, if he's left unchecked, he could do so much damage. Era in towards CT. There is a smoke if they want it on Surreal to lock him out, and a nice nade to follow as well, but they don't clear Zero. He'll only get the one, and Crucial with the AWP levels things out, and even finds his team the man advantage. Adam looking for the miracle shot again. Pass triple, but it's not going to happen this time, and this is going to be cleaned up. Crucial, he's finally got that AWP in his hands, and he's finally starting to shine with it as well. Endpoint, they get their second, and it's been expensive for the CT side. You look across that economy, and they can't really buy.
But again, Wolfie, the problem is still that Endpoint slightly lucky in that victory. I'm not going to take anything away from them. They played the latter half of the round incredibly effectively, but the fact that Rusty's able to trade 1-for-1 in a situation with their three T players coming in, and they get an op shot in. If that op shot gets the kill, that's a completely different round. You're going to see Zero maybe looking to aggress forward into A main as well. Zero could trade 1-for-1 and have much more impact on the bomb site rather than we saw over there. And Adam starts off beautifully. Surreal reveals himself, and M4 through the smoke is going to deal just as much damage, smoke or not.
Nice opening pick, and a nice pick for a UK player as well. You love to see it. And Endpoint, well, their hand's going to be forced slightly. Looking for the mid control, looking to find some kind of a refrag as Mighty Max run boosted into no man's land. Not going to spot out too much of anything, though. Smoke will keep Rusty busy in towards the window, and a nice dunk nade onto Mezzi as well. Thought about the Molotov to follow it up, just to make absolutely sure that AWPer can get nothing done as the explosion out of top con looks inevitable. And Era, well, he's only got himself a deagle in towards CT to deal with this push. He'll be calling the information. Nice peek from Adam for his second before the trade. And he's given his team a chance. Man up, but still those two deagles on the server. And Rusty spotted out in the window, dealt with by Crucial. And this is where problems can start to arise. That lack of firepower for your CT side, that lack of a defuse kit, and a sheer lack of utility as well. They really need an early pick. And Zero, he might just catch himself a timing here. Hits it on the second attempt. Takes out Flames. And AK potentially even recoverable. But still no defuse kit. So Mezzi has to hit this shot. Does so beautifully. And it's all onto Robin. 1v3 to clutch it.
Robin's been spotted. He's found the first. But his HP has been taken away. It wouldn't have mattered when Messi's on the other side with the AWP. But despite a heroic attempt from Crucial coming through, where he's completely aware of the flanking player, still, it all comes down to the fact that Zero has found so much ground out from A main, and they'd found a free kill early on. We're seeing this consistently, that Endpoint in their default are not able to hold on to crucial parts of the map, and GamerLegion are punishing them for it. Earlier on, we saw Rusty aggressing out from apartments. Now we're seeing Zero take complete control over A main and beyond. So this is going to be a problem that is going to be a continued theme. Adam now very aggressive, sees the shadow of the player, and with him, Zero also takes a man down. So 5v3 early on. Adam makes it a 5v2 before being traded away.
Flames actually able to grab a second as well. Makes things a little bit interesting, but as soon as they are, Era removes the possibility. Taking out Flames, leaving just Crucial in the 1v3 clutch. You know he's capable of them, but this one feels like a tall order. So much util, so much firepower for that CT side, and Crucial already being flanked as well. Rusty in the back line's actually going to go towards Palace, and potentially these two ships will cross in the night without ever knowing the other existed. You can see Crucial meticulously clearing his angles here, as he's aware that potentially that flank has come through. Rusty should be able to clear out the entirety of Palace at this point, which might serve as a little bit of a red herring, and potentially convince GamerLegion that Crucial's gone off towards B. This is now starting to get awkward. That time starts to tick. 50 seconds left, and CT side starts to get a little fidgety. Crucial, though, spotted out on the A ramp by Era. The information relayed across, and Rusty, well, that's the easiest kill he's ever going to get. Crucial right into the crosshairs. A fifth on the board for the CT side of GamerLegion, and while they just dispatched of that T-sided round from Endpoint, they picked them apart so easily in the early round, and there just wasn't any response from the T-side.
Adam's reading them like an open book at this point. The kind of kills that they're finding early on are... I honestly think they're just very clear examples of either anti-stratting or Endpoint being very new to not having Thomas on the team. And obviously Thomas was such a big part of the team. Flames has some big shoes to fill, but Zero's filling up Crucial's head with some bullets. Just some anti-eco kills to come through, cleaning up a few, gets another, and it will be all the money in the world coming over to this player. So he's happy with it. Why not?
The only SMG on the CT side, and 4 players managed to run into it. It just couldn't write itself, could it? So much cash built up for GamerLegion. Zero will upgrade onto the M4 and full util and full armor and a defuse kit. He'll still have $3 grand left in the bank. It's beautiful to see GamerLegion making the most of that SMG. And Endpoint, well, they're just about scraping this buy together. They do have to sacrifice pretty much all the util on Crucial to get the big green out, but he manages to get it into his hands, and we all know what he can do with it, give him the opportunity. As again,
no.
Mezzi's just going to wallbang Surreal straight through. The Molotov pins him into the angle. The bullets do the rest of the job, and GamerLegion, again, very early on in the round, already a man up, and they can start to get a little bit aggressive. You already see it now. Zero starting to think about pushing in towards Palace, starting to take that map control away, as Era on the AWP has pretty much taken the entirety of the B apartments away from the T side.
I love how GamerLegion is playing, honestly. Even the 2 rounds that Endpoint did find were... There was some component of luck in them. I'm not going to say they're completely luck, but definitely some component. But Zero has found Robin, takes control over A main, and Mezzi is able to use that distraction to get a quick tap in. It's a 2v4. Mighty Max and Flames will, do what they can, but with grenades coming over and themselves being locked out, things are not going to be any easier. Flames finds one, but at the cost of most of it HP. Somehow, Era has a pistol, or not even that, a grenade out. And because of it, it's suddenly a 2v2, where everything was going right. The most interesting decisions are made to make them wrong.
B-bomb sites are open as well. Flank's going to come in early from Mezzi. The late rotation from Zero through CT, though, is going to make life awkward. Bomb going to go down freely. How has this come down to a 2v2? GamerLegion, a couple of big mistakes. Era just completely unaware of that mid-hold. And now Mezzi, that backstab's got to come in quickly. Zero's position is covered. A smoke will give him a little bit more room to breathe. But Flames is going to be a significant issue. He's hunkered down in towards that van, and if he peeks up, if he rips the head off this AK, life is going to be so difficult, and that's exactly what he does. Zero thrown into the 2v1, knows the first player's position, finds the second regardless, and Flames, he's on low HP. Zero with the 2v1 clutch, a triple in the round. And while it went wrong, it so nearly went very wrong, but Zero, he's able to bail GamerLegion out and able to get them another CT round on the board.
And Flames did everything right that round, but Zero unfortunately could do no wrong in the clutch. Comes through, takes it away, cleans it up entirely at Endpoint, despite being given a chance when a player just walks out with a grenade in his hand. It's obviously Flames going to pick that up any day of the week. However, now we're going to see Rusty getting just a little bit aggressive as well on his own, but look at Zero's positioning. He's not contesting for A main as he has so often done. He's playing it much more defensively inside the scaffolding position, but Flames takes him down. Flashbang overhead is there. Adam should fall as well, and Mighty Max is the one to deliver him to an early death. 3v5, and can they get this retake?
A great start. They're getting damage through the smoke as well. 3 players tagged up, but without any picks at all. I don't think GamerLegion even go for this. Nope, they're done. Already rotating out through underpass. Can't afford to commit to it. That cash, well, it's pretty flush on Zero, but the rest of the team really don't have a lot to speak for. So a third round going to be given away to Endpoint off a fairly straightforward AX egg. Nothing too special about it at all. I think GamerLegion were just trying to outthink their opponents a little too much there. Zero unfortunate. We heard the dink come through, but through the wood of Underdark, it's not going to happen. They're only going to find about 50 odd damage, and it gives Endpoint an opportunity to start getting back into this game. All 5 rifles saved. Cash starting to build up. Potentially an opportunity for this T side that's looked a little lackluster so far to finally build up a little bit of momentum and bring a challenge to the GamerLegion side, who individually have looked on really fine form so far.
Yep, I have to give some love over to Messi as well, even though his numbers aren't the best. Some of the kills he's found are crazy. Just peeking down into connector from a quick headshot angle from Ticket Booth, making it work for himself. He's had a few very high impact kills as well, so great to see that. However, Endpoint, they need to start stepping it up. They found themselves a quick round, but they haven't really chained anything together so far. And this is the opportunity to do one in the CT side economy. Lost bonus still absolutely atrocious on the GamerLegion side. Endpoint. Slightly cleaner default this time around, but you can see Rusty still probing into A main. The problem is that Mezzi on this B bomb site still has his Molotov very late into the round, so if they want to make their way over, they have to be able to come through shots. So once this window smoke is finished off, Adam could make things just a little bit more tricky, and you can see he's planning on doing just that.
This Pincer needs support, and Mezzi going to be Molotoved off his angle towards the van as well. Should give the game away. The push-up short, there's actually half a gap there, but the second molly will surely clear it out. Mezzi, nothing he can do. Still able to find one before he's traded out, but that bomb going to go down regardless, and 4 on 4. GamerLegion again got to make a big decision about this retake. Adam seemingly making it straight through the smoke for the first. So many more to find, though. Mighty Max close on the angle, tapped up a little bit, but he will find the trade. And 3 on 3, the rest of the rotation's a little bit slower to the party. Flames, a reaction shot from Era, not quite going to connect onto him, as he's perhaps a little bit over-enthusiastic on his peaks. And GamerLegion, well, they're dumping everything into this. All the utility is out. Era with the first, Rusty with the flank from short, and it's on to Mighty Max. He's hiding inside the smoke after the first, desperate to get something going, but the tap of the bomb will bait him out wide. Rusty will find the spray down, and with seconds left on the defuse, GamerLegion will have 8. They seem to really be relying on the retakes, but they're working out beautifully for the CT side.
Adam pushing through the smoke there comes off the back of a slight gap that was available, which allows him to have a slightly better angle when you're actually moving across to the other side. I don't know if that was in the thought process or not, but the instant push through the smoke coming in is generally something that will be sprayed down. He hesitated just a second, but when he saw the gap in the smoke to the left side, I think that's why he went for it. But Crucial now starts things off strong with a quick pick into Palace. They've got 2 players there already, and the same is true for the CT side. But for the first time in forever, the CT side are now man down early on. So far, one of this has happened, Wolfie. We've seen some sort of a crazy kill coming through smoke, through walls, through doors, through flashes, through Inferno even, it seems like. So maybe that'll be coming out, but so far it seems like Endpoint's got a pretty good grip around the necks of GamerLegion. The question is, can they tighten their hold and choke them out of this A-bomb site?
Only thing going for them at the moment is that Endpoint are heading towards the stack. They're heading towards the 3-man A site hold, and potentially if Rusty and Zero can combine this crossfire, there's a couple of frags coming their way as well. Molotov goes in to buy time, potentially allow the rotate, but Zero peeks wide and gives his head up to Surreal. An easy opening. Era caught out in the peak as well. And as quickly as that stack was there, it is demolished. 3 perfect frags for Endpoint, a free A bomb site. And Mezzi just saving that M4 over towards B. Nothing more he can do, even with that mid player to clear out as well. Flames is just buying so much time here for his team and getting so much damage off the back of it as well. Goes down to 16 and will be dealt with. But he's brought Mezzi down desperately low and the hunt will begin. Robin through the Creditor for the frag. Endpoint, again, straight AXX. Nice opening pick, sure, but it's the straight A executions that work. And GamerLegion, when they're not on retakes, when they're not being given the opportunity to be proactive and push through smokes and mollies and get those crazy frags, they are looking a little bit blunt.
And I think that might come down to how GamerLegion are positioning in these post plants, because you've seen Zero take that sandwich position now 3 times, 2 of which he has been mollied off. There was only 1 time where he wasn't really checked, and this time, and it's funny because every single time Endpoint does add another piece of utility. First they didn't check it, then they mollied it, now they naded it and mollied it. Up next, they're probably going to flash it as well. So you're probably expecting him to start moving out of sandwich at one point or the other, but obviously, when there's 3 players playing on a bomb stack, your immediate instinct is, yeah, we have to establish perfect crossfires, but sometimes that's not the right play to make. Sometimes you want to have 2 players on the same spot just because, hey, they're checking the other one every single time. Let's try and get a surprise out. Let's try and change something up. So GamerLegion's retakes are probably just good because the element of predictability isn't quite as easy to fix when you're just holding a bomb site. So that's an interesting thing to keep an eye out for. However, early boost into ladder room should be equally interesting.
Heavy mid control coming out for the GamerLegion side of things. Era not quite able to connect that initial scout shot. And the mid pressure is going to pile on from Endpoint. Molotov to force that scout into a very awkward spot here. He's going to have to go through it. Gives his position away with the sound and is very lucky to be alive. Again, Endpoint looking like they're going to walk into somewhat of a stack, though. 2 players clearing their way into ladder. Nice flashbang for the first, but Rusty at least good for 1 on the trade. Rusty looking for more. A second headshot on the D.
No.
Era comes in with 1 on the scout. And well, this round, it just starts to fall apart. 4 on 2 now for this T side to try and recover. And with an AK already in the hands of Rusty, there's a couple more rifles on the ground somewhere. This CT side potentially looking to steal 1 away.
And I have to give so much credit to GamerLegion because other than the previous round, every single time they're losing someone, or it seems like they will absolutely lose someone no matter what happens, somehow or the other, that guy or a teammate next to him gets an impossible kill. That's exactly what happens there as well. Rusty doesn't just get 1, but makes it 2, provides a distraction for Era to come through with the scout and get a quick headshot as well. So Robin and Crucial, yes, the players you probably want to have in this situation, but delivering is an entirely different beast with 20 seconds left on the clock. They've got 2 Molotovs, so it'll be helpful, but the problem's still that scout, but that's not a problem when Crucial has an AWP of his own. However, he's not expecting the second player. Rusty will take both him and Robin down and out. That could have been a completely different round had Robin found the kill.
Quad kill from Rusty. The AK he recovers is good for 2. And Endpoint, I think they're going to be ruining missed opportunities. You cannot be feeding Deagles and Scouts those kind of kills. They're going to be taken every day of the week at this level. And see it again. Endpoint now 9-4 down on their T side off Mirage. And Really looking for any kind of a recovery at this point. 5 rounds would be fantastic, 6 even more so. They need something to just backbone their CT side. Otherwise, the pistol becomes essential. Then you play around a little bit of RNG, and life just gets very awkward very quickly. Again, T side, they want this early mid control. 2 players towards top, 2 pushing from tons, and GamerLegion are all too willing to give it away. They seem comfortable enough in their sight holds. 3 over towards A. A late CT flank starting to come in from Rusty as he looks to clear the murder hole. Just trusting Mezzi to single-handedly lock down that B bomb site. Honestly, it's worked more times than not. Endpoint haven't been too keen about hitting that side of the map, and it's funneled them more than once into this heavy A site stack. As we see it again, Con Control going to come through. Rusty, a little bit unfortunate on his timings, will be taken down by Surreal, and Adam again just a little too keen on the peak, leaves 0 to pick up the pieces. Only 1 frag to his name in the round, and Mezzi, well, he's been spotted out towards short, finds a couple of tags onto Crucial, but that's going to be about it, as Flames even looking to boost onto the triple boxes to try and make sure that last AK isn't saved. And despite the round dominance from GamerLegion, their cash isn't that great. The 5th round's going to come in for Endpoint, and the buy isn't going to be amazing. No loss bonus at all for GamerLegion, so potentially 9-6 not looking too far off, which I think is a very flattering scoreline when you consider how dominant GamerLegion have looked 80-90% of the time. And Crucial, well, he's just going to clean up to rub salt in the wounds.
No, I agree with you entirely. That's the only real criticism you could levy against GamerLegion is that you don't have a bank built up, but 2020, guys, no one does. In-game or out of it. GamerLegion, however, will pull out a Farmus. They've got plenty of Deagles behind it, and we've seen them find 2 Deagle rounds so far. Something tells me Endpoint should be playing this a little bit more safely and securely to give themselves a slightly better chance. Adam fails his smoke, actually, interestingly enough, into connector, so he will not be able to push through towards underpass or through connector smoke right there. With all 5 players inside middle, Endpoint are looking to... Actually, I don't personally like going for such heavy mid control with all 5 players in mid when there are so many Deagles on the other side and the economy isn't fantastic. It seems like that's when, you know, there's so many places where boosts can come through, small peaks can come through, and Era comes through with a teammate of his as well, finding a kill apiece. However, the 3rd one is the great leveler, and Endpoint will take the lead and more likely than not take the round with that takedown.
Yeah, it's a very flattering half scoreline for Endpoint. 9-6. It felt like it should have been 11-4, 12-3. GamerLegion looked fantastic throughout, and yet Endpoint, they've scrapped. They've stayed in it, and they've given themselves an opportunity to come back into their CT side. GamerLegion will have to see what they can bring in their T-sided half, because, well, we thought there was going to be a close set of games today, and the first one, it is delivering. We've seen the individuals popping off. Crucial really showing up to the plate. The UK boys showing up as well. Mezzi, yep, putting in a hella performance over on B. And as you said, the stats don't say it, but every frag he hit was instrumental, right? It always gave his team something to work around that. I mean, I go back to the leg outside B. If he finds the frag there, it completely changes the round. Regardless, Endpoint completely shy away from the B bomb site. They don't want to go there because they know Mezzi is there and they know what he's been doing time and time again for GamerLegion.
There's also Adam to keep in mind, because some of the plays that Adam has made individually have been incredible. So the way he was able to push through the smoke is the obvious one that comes to mind, but the kind of peaks he's willing to take into mid should he have the spawn, where he's realizing, okay, Endpoint will want to send 1 player forward quickly through mid. This is my exact angle. This is how I will see the shadow coming in. I'm completely ready for it. You can see it in how he's moving his crosshair, where he's looking at. He's read them perfectly. And finally, obviously, how can I go without mentioning Zero's performance, who's consistently finding map control in towards A main and through T-spawn, where GamerLegion just had all the info. So can GamerLegion do it on their T side? Are their reads going to be as good? We'll have to wait to see. They do have 2 sets of utility, and an A site hit is imminent, while Endpoint are going for a full A site retake.
It's a call we've seen brought up more and more, and it is a very nice one as well. It baits out a lot of utility from your T side. They're going to dump near enough everything to try and take this site. 2 smokes, a flashbang going over the top as well. Surreal just completely falls off, gets the nade out, does good damage at that. Brings Era down to 64. The bomb will get planted. Full 5-on-5 retake, but CT side, The defuse kit with utility and with a heavy CT retake. Flames with the first. Nice trade from Zero at least, but there is plenty more where that came from. Robin and Surreal, they are clicking heads. Rusty and Mezzy to try and form the recovery. Mezzy with the first gives away his position, and there's so much more to do. Has to play around his teammate Rusty here, who finds the headshot and has bought his team a lifeline. They're both so low on HP as Mezzy takes the dink, and they are desperately playing for time. Both one shot as Robin gets the first, and Rusty, how much time can you buy, mate? That defuse kit's come through. Robin will find the final shot. And Endpoint, they cut it fine, but they managed to get that CT retake.
Mezzy's flashbangs over there were perfect. The first flash is completely evaded by Endpoint, but the stagger on the second flash is what does it for me. However, GamerLegion, they're not able to recognize that it's a full retake through CT. It's a very classic strat that a lot of teams are running, like you mentioned, these days. And because of it, their players actually turned away to look at Connector and Jungle. I think there might have been a player from Endpoint who was there trying to distract them as well. And that's the opportunity that Robin takes to bounce in. You get those two beautiful headshots that completely turn things around. And even then, GamerLegion make it competitive with just 7 HP across 2 players, like you said. So, Bomb Plant was there. A few Deagles will be bought because of it. They'll try to do some damage, but right now it's all about the next round, and they're thinking about how they can make it work. Mighty Max, got to be mighty careful as well. If you're going for a jump spot versus Deagles, things can go very wrong if history has been anything of a case for it.
GamerLegion have done exactly what they wanted, though. They've baited that Molotov out and baited a smoke as well. Mighty Max will push up behind it, but they've got to commit some aggression towards these B apartments now, Endpoint. They haven't got the slowing utility they would have hoped for, and another smoke goes down with 55 seconds left on the clock. GamerLegion just queuing up towards middle now, looking to hit this A-bomb site with full force straight out of top con. It's going to be Crucial first to deal with on the FAMAS in jungle, and he's going to be overwhelmed. Surely no. 2 players down before he gets traded out. Bomb Plant should just about come through. That late frank from Surreal, I don't know if it's going to get there in time, but GamerLegion, they're faffing. And there we go. Surreal actually taken out. Zero with the Deagle headshot. At least allows his teammates to get bombed down, but Flames and Robin, that's all they're willing to let GamerLegion have. Zero now last alive with a recovered MP9. Robin beautifully flashed in by Flames for the frag. And Endpoint, that lead has been narrowed to just 1 round for GamerLegion. They're going to be feeling mighty good about it. And an opportunity for them to start coming back very early in the second half.
Crucial gets timing down like nothing else in that position. He looks away right as the T's are about to come his way. He still finds 2 kills, which is the impressive part, because one of the T-side players is trying to jump across with a bomb and a bunny hop to the side itself to get a quick plant in. However, Endpoint still lose enough players that you don't give them too much breathing room over here. GamerLegion with their double bomb plant will have full utility and an AWP at a point where Endpoint does not. Should GamerLegion win this round, that's a complete shift in momentum, that's a complete shift in economy, and that's a complete shift in the Endpoint morale, because they know they have to win this, otherwise their money is in the bin, and GamerLegion could be looking at 11 off the back of this one round.
See it in Endpoint setup. Proactive initially up towards short. Just starting to back Crucial off of that now. Can't afford to overcommit the utility to the hold. And it's going to give GamerLegion the map control they were after with 1:15 left on the clock. 3 players committed to that mid hold at the moment. And a 4th joining in as well, as Adam's going to go through the underpass. Just backs off as I say it. Curse of the Caster coming through. But GamerLegion, they're not quite sure that they want to go just yet. Utility gets them the mid control they've been after. Again, they commit towards the connector. They've left Zero up in the palace for the late hold, but that bomb is still all the way back in spawn. So Era's going to have to go and recover that. It's going to mean there's 4 players funneling in rather than 5 towards this A bomb site as Surreal. Under Dark is going to be difficult to clear out here. 3 players con. They need to get this initial frag, and they're going to catch him on the ladder for the first. The CT hold of Robin has to go huge now, and the pop flash should blind him entirely. Stuck in towards Ticket. Nothing he can do as Crucial again caught by the timing. Robin at least able to trade for 1, but he's taken down, and 4 on 2. The A bomb site looking open for business.
Mighty Max, by the time he comes over, Flames should already be down as Mezzy is peeking over from stairs. So Mighty Max is now in a 1v4. He's going to be good for at least 1, but he knows that should he want a chance at this, This has to be the ultimate display of trigger discipline. Finds the first, but the second will find him instead. Mezzi with a quick decapitation. And it will be the 10th for GamerLegion. Not just the 10th, but a 10th where Mighty Max and Flames both had the opportunity to save their pharmacies. Or at least try to save their pharmacies. But they choose not to. They choose to go all in. And I don't really like that very much. You're not winning a 2v4 like that. At least not without Crucial.
GamerLegion calling the timeout as well. Just looking to really rub salt in the wounds of that one and make sure that they take advantage of everything they've got here, right? We said Endpoint's economy was going to be in the bin if they didn't win, and that's exactly what's happened. They're on 2 M4s, 3 Deagles, no defuse kits at all. So if GamerLegion can take advantage of this one, this is the 4 spy for the CT side. Realistically, probably looking at 12 before Endpoint can really muster a buy and start to try and counter with their own. So they need to get through this one cleanly, the T side, taking the pause to decide the strats. And, well, here we go. Full-blooded buy against Deagles and 2 M4s. Can Endpoint pull off some of those heroics we saw from the GamerLegion CT side, or is it going to be another blunt start for them as GamerLegion going to take advantage of the range straight in towards the mid peaks? Crucial, the only player there in the left-hand side of the window, and you do well not to peek against that AWP of era.
Rusty. I swear, man, every single time I see Endpoint CEX, I'm not, like, the first thing that goes into my head is not saying Endpoint, it's saying CEX, but that's a complete word instead. Smoke goes out towards window. A very, very slow default, just showing it. Oh, I love this, man. I love this. This is picture perfect anti-eco play right here. Playing off of each other, smoking off some of the major angles, and going for a quick flash peek into the hardest position that you can possibly find. Off the back of that, they get a full bomb side and Endpoint. Yes, they were stacking on ace. You can say that there is some luck in GamerLegion's field, but still, fantastic stuff from them and Endpoint. They're not going to be given a chance to replicate what GamerLegion did with Rusty and his Deagle. Say that, and then they get a kill on Rusty with the Deagle. So Crucial comes in immediately afterwards, picks up another.
That was all just to try and save the M4 as well. 2 quick kills for Crucial. Make this expensive for the T side and gives them a couple of rifles to save as well over on the Endpoint side of things. That will start to form the backbone of their next round because it is going to be 11 for GamerLegion despite Crucial's late round heroics. No defuse kit, just not viable for the CT side, and they'll be happy, I think, to save those 2 rifles. The armor behind them as well. Surreal with a full set of it. Flames the same. Gives them something of a backbone to this round. Otherwise, it would have been full default pistols. There's no money left in the bank at all beyond Crucial. So just having something a little more bite to bring is always good on your CT side. GamerLegion, though, with the 5 AK-47, should be relatively confident of getting their 12th and just 4 rounds away. An opportunity to start shutting things down here on Mirage.
This is Endpoint's big opportunity, really, where they can turn things around quickly. The problem is their loss bonus is still actually really bad, so losing this round at this stage means, you know, you've got Robin on 3,600, Surreal's on just 44, Mighty Max below even that 44 mark, where you can get a smoke and some flashes at least. No, that's a T-cell, what am I saying? Just a smoke and a flashbang, so we'll have to see what Endpoint can get done. Even a few kills would be important for them to find, because the kill bonus, of course, is a big difference maker when you are this wanting for cash. Flames on the other side, that smoke on top connector is going to be the solo defender of the A-bomb site. A lot of pressure coming his way, but Rusty's the one to break first blood, and Flames have whiffed. Oh my god, he's whiffed a complete spray right there, and then it's a 5v3, and Endpoint, I really hope they save at this stage. They can't go for this.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Mighty Max in the backlines will hope for a pick and a rifle to go and steal away towards the B bomb site, but for Robin and Crucial, their contribution to this round is over. They're going to be saving over towards B, hoping they can maybe keep their hands on their armor, on their rifles. Mighty Max will get one, but unaware of the player underneath him, Mezzi will take advantage for his second kill of the round. And again, GamerLegion just looking crisp, hitting their shots, nice execute. Again, a little bit fortunate as Endpoint go for the triple stack over towards B, and well, GamerLegion, they pop out through their top con smoke and hit the A bomb site instead. But sometimes Lady Luck's just going your way, and for GamerLegion to be 4 rounds short of winning this now with a real opportunity, because as you said, that loss bonus still isn't great. Endpoint's buy isn't going to be fantastic. Crucial can just about drop an AWP or pick it up for himself as he does, but it's still not looking pretty, right? There's still sacrifices, that economy not built up at all on the CT side, so Endpoint in need of something a little bit special to get back into this game.
And I need Surreal to start stepping up. Thomas isn't here anymore, but Surreal and Crucial were always the two players who, for me, were the ones who would step up collectively, make something work for themselves. Robin finds the first kill. It's a Molotov to do it. Down into a main. I think it was followed up by a couple of nades as well, more likely than not. However, early advantage, very important, coming through for them. Mighty Max over here on the B bomb side. He's got Flames with him, but he's been tagged up very heavily. And with the Molotov forcing him out of position, GamerLegion have at least found some important information. Can they make a play off the back of it?
Lucky to even get away with his life there. Mighty Max tapped at the top of his head, but the ledge just about saves him. And now, GamerLegion with that man down, as you said, what can they make of this round? Bomb has started to make its way through the underpass, not necessarily committed to either side just yet. And this a little bit of an inventive boost to try and get a pick towards the left-hand side. Mighty Max again playing with fire, is so low on HP at this point, and I think that's going to funnel GamerLegion into this B bomb site no matter what. They must know they have done so much damage to the rifler, and indeed that bomb's going to back up with 40 seconds left on the clock. The last of the flashes will be dumped over the top, and GamerLegion, they'll try and make their entry to B.
Flash is going over. Mighty Max will do what he can, but he needs to find at least 2 kills from this position. Is good for 1, but swings for the second, and that'll be his demise. Flames cannot step up for more than a single, and Adam's beautiful headshot makes it a 2v2. By the time this AWP comes over, there's already going to be a player inside market door, so Messi can decapitate Crucial, and more likely than not will do so soon enough. Crucial will fall. And Surreal, I said he needed to step up. Is this his moment? He's firing away, looking for a kill, but he can't thread the needle. Adam still holding and waiting for Messi to be the first contact. Messi takes it away, and that's just another beautiful round from GamerLegion. I have to say, Mighty Max swinging out over there might have actually lost it for them.
It was unfortunate. He knew he was low HP. He knew there was utility coming. He had to commit to something and was just hoping he could maybe steal away that second frag. But you have to give it up to GamerLegion, as you said. That late shoulder peek from Adam is just inch perfect. It gives them all the information they need to clutch that round out. And again, we see Endpoint down on these Deagles. Upgraded pistols, all they can muster into this round. And it's going to mean aggression is the order of service. ERA holding for it for now, but it's a heavy stack from Endpoint, and there's plenty of presence here for the T side. ERA gets his first pick, make it a second as Robin only good for the 1 on the trade, and now a man up. It's just about playing this one smart for the T side. Grouping, making sure you don't get traded as individuals, and well, Messi, he's never going to get traded when he's hitting shots like that. Lovely headshot to take out Flames in towards middle, and with just Mighty Max and Surreal remaining, barring some kind of a miracle, this should be 14 for GamerLegion.
This should be a done deal for GamerLegion overall. Endpoint has 1 more buy round in them. They have 1 more chance to stop GamerLegion from completely steamrolling them. And that's exactly what's happening. Jackie, I mean, you talked about how, and I talked about how Messi's, he's not got the numbers, but he's got the impact. Guess what? He has the numbers now as well. He's 22 kills and 11. That's 2 KD across about, 22 rounds or so? This is looking to be a very spectacular performance going through. I'm sure the Vex boys are watching this with glee, rubbing their hands, but Mighty Max is looking to smack someone on the head with the Deagle. Looks to come through, will find 1, but Surreal's revealed his position. I think that should be it.
Yeah, a couple of frags. It's all right. It's not great for Endpoint, and with Surreal's positions known, the round is going to be going the way of GamerLegion. And as you said, Messi, he sticks at it. He keeps hitting those shots, and the stats are going to come to you eventually. 14-8, the scoreline. GamerLegion looking on fine form here on Mirage, and Endpoint really feeling like this is the last roll of the dice for them. Crucial, no head armor or 1 flashbang, all he can bring into this round. Really going to be relying on his teammates for that utility, for the support lines. If he's going to get anything done with that AWP, because he's had a relatively quiet day so far, and you think He's the kind of player you want to see stepping up in these clutch situations, but he's caught. Rusty spray down onto the short peak, and they're just going straight through here. The flashbang is good, but somehow Rusty is still alive, and he's going to grab himself a second as he looks to make the window jump. Already a man up. GamerLegion, they just want to keep going with this pace. Rusty with his third frag on 9 HP is finally dealt with. But it's 3-on-2. It's a free A bomb site, a free bomb plant at that. They know Robin is in that corner. They are pummeling Molotovs into him to try and clear him out. And it might just give Mighty Max a little bit of room to get into this one.
Well, Robin might be looking to get out of this one, though. That's the problem. They can't, even if they say they don't really have a bias, I suppose they have to go for it. Do they? I feel they're as confused as I am. What's going on here? Okay, Robin's choosing to save the fancy way. That's what he's doing. He's going all the way back, trying to find the AWP as well, which will give them a significantly better chance in the next round. Mighty Max as well will get some consolation frags. They mean very little, considering that the T-side economy is incredibly solid. However, at $600 extra in the bank, that could be significant.
And those two saved rifles, they've really got to be the backbone now. They'll be able to drop across to their teammates. That will give them a buy with at least 4 rifles. They'll probably just about be able to skim a 5th onto Surreal as well. They'll be able to make it happen. They'll be able to get their buyout, even able to somehow salvage themselves a double AWP setup, give them something to work with in this round. But it does feel like it's last chance saloon for the Endpoint boys, needing 7 in a row to force the OT. And GamerLegion, it looks like they're just going back to Old Faithful. The full A site execute. 4 players here. Adam just making noise in towards middle. And can the 3-man stack from Endpoint hold?
Robin under Palace. Full execute seems to be the name of the game, and it might work out for them with how little utility is present on the side of Endpoint. But Surreal has found himself that first kill. Molotov comes in, and it's forced Robin into the crosshair of Era. That's a quick kill, but the important one to come through will be the subsequent one. Surreal still incredibly aggressive. Scouts out Era, decides to re-peek into him, but he misses the shot. It's instead Adam to find one, and Crucial to trade away. Still a 3v3. Crucial coming in from short. The double up is terrible on the retake, and they know they need to fight. Mighty Max has a flashbang, so does Crucial. They're going to go for a quick peek out of CT of the back of Crucial's, and Mighty Max is getting very aggressive, but he's not ready for the stack to come in. Era finds 2. Surreal is left in a 1v3, and with a bomb being planted, he's got to get fancy on his feet. Surreal looking to find something, but Era is making sure it's only his death to be delivered.